Namaskar, Suprabhatam. Hearty welcome to you all for the 8th day live yoga practical session. We start today's practice with a prayer. Have a Namaskar Mudra, sit comfortable, close your eyes, then slowly chant prayer with me. We start with Om chanting 3 times. Inhale. Sangachatvam samvadadvam samvo manamsi janata deva bhagam yatha purve sanyanana upasate Sanyanana upasate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you. Today we are going to discuss relaxative postures and their important. Relaxing asanas, as the name suggests, they include relaxation to eliminate the stress level at the physical level, physiological level and psychological level. These asanas bring freshness, lightness, calmness, re-energize the whole body and improve the blood circulation, and energy channels will be regulated, and practicing these asanas help us to regenerate the whole body and mind. But I have a few important things to share. Whenever we talk about relaxation, we remember only Shavasana or Makarasana, such type of yoga postures. But I would like to draw your attention. Relaxation, first of all, when you begin any posture, it is our primary objective or duty to see that the body is completely relaxed. Then only you are proceed to or eligible to proceed to the practice of any posture. Shaucha santosha, that means if your body is under tension, it is under fatigue and overloaded, it is under completely tightness, you cannot proceed because you don't get the benefits of the asana you are going to perform. Therefore, every asana should begin with a relaxative posture. So the second relaxation is when you reach the final stage. Again, it is relaxation because you are consciously practicing 3 principles of yoga asanas. One is you are making the asana stable and comfortable and effortless. So in the final stage, So all these principles culminate in the relaxation, prayatna shaithilya, conscious relaxation. So that means in the final stage also, though it is very difficult posture, you are completely relaxed, free. Then only the channelization of energy take place. Then only particular marma point, particular stimulation, particular chakra, particular psychic point is stimulated or channelized or energized. Therefore, these two many people don't understand. Again, third one, come back the state of Vishranti or relaxation after completing the posture is very different from the beginning posture. So if a practitioner observe the beginning, you start with relaxation and you perform and you take it to the relaxation, but it is a different kind of relaxation, conscious relaxation. And third one is you come back, you are relieving, you maintain the posture, though you are in relaxed state, but after relief it comes. These two states of relaxations are little bit of different. Studies shows that it's a wonderful results will give. So if you practice yoga like this, following these three. Now comes to the relaxation. Let us see, we have 4 types of bodily postures. We are doing it. First, let me see the standing posture. So if you stand, you can stand up. Yes. Just lie down, stand. Whenever you want to relax, the first primary duty is to stretch and align and relax. In the standing posture, I am locking my fingers and slowly stretching up, then stretch my body, stretch my lower spine completely, then slowly come back, drop my hands and relax my body. Now, both feet parallel, keep your feet parallel and whole body is relaxed and experience the whole weight of the body on both the feet equally distributed. Equally distributed. After every standing posture or to begin with any standing posture, this is the position of relaxation or Vishranti, Vishramasana you can call it as. This is the sthiti, there we have to proceed. Next comes to the sitting posture. Whenever you sit, then slowly stretch the whole legs first, come to Dandasana, align. This is the position. Then slowly legs apart, take your hands back, have a support, draw your head back, slowly relax your shoulders, relax. So whenever you bend your head back and you feel the relaxation, breathing improves and chest expands, then you feel the relaxation. This is in the sitting. Then in the prone posture, let us lie down on your abdomen and chest. Yes, please. So just lie down. You can keep some towel or something whenever you perform. Stretch your arms fully, forehead on the ground. Stretch whole body, relax. Then slowly bend your elbows. Keep one palm on another, legs apart. Rest your head left or right. You can see that your chest comes in contact with completely with the ground. The demonstration you are seeing for the modified demonstration. You can take out the towel or the cushion you have placed it to do the Makrasana. You can take out Makrasana. Yes. You can do it. Very good. Just lie down. Now if you want, you can slowly take your hands out little bit and you can place your head on the ground. Head on the ground, sidewise. Yes. You are not placing your head on the hands, but this is exactly I want Makrasana. Because the whole body come in contact with the ground, that gives maximum relaxation. This is very, very important posture. Some people even become restless, then we go to the how child sleep. It is a very natural relaxation of everybody. That's why we call it as a balasana. Bend your one leg, right leg. Yes. Just place your hands properly. Yes, that's all. You can see the balasana, just like a child you are sleeping. So I said in the standing Vishramasana or Sthiti, then the sitting Vishramasana, now it is Makarasana or Balasana. Then slowly come to the last one. In the supine lying, it is Shavasana. Lie down flat on your back, join your legs, stretch your arms again, stretch the whole body as much as possible. Bring your abdomen down. Try to touch your back with the ground as much as possible. Slowly exhale, take out your hands, keep besides the body. Legs apart, hands apart, palms facing the sky. Just relax wholly. The whole posterior part of our body come in contact with the ground. That is the relaxation, ultimate relaxation. Everybody enjoy this. Everybody appreciate Shavasana. But Shavasana is a process. Just it is not sleeping. It's a conscious relaxing each and every organs of the body. Then only Shavasana is very effective. With this, let us see the Shavasana we start with. So we already given the Vishramasana. I repeat before going that Shavasana dikhai. Yes, be there in the Shavasana. So somebody cannot keep their head comfortable. They can use the cushion. Keep it in the neck joint. Keep it there like that. Yes, just neck. You can use the towel or cushion in the neck groin. You can keep it so that you can be comfortable. Now remove that. Okay, now sleeping. So friends, before I move on to Shavasana today, I will explain three types of Shavasana and come to the Yoga Nidra. So the relaxation is three-way for every posture. Even you are doing Shavasana, first you relax, then that is the relaxation you are starting with. Then once you reach the final stage, you must feel the same feeling of relaxation. There is no tension. Complete Shithilata. That's the primary principle of doing yoga. Then after coming back, again you are coming into the relaxative posture. That's why Vishranti or relaxation is primary in the entire practice of yoga sadhana. So your common yoga protocol, if you are rushing one after the another asanas, you are just only concentrating on the bodily postures, but not at all worried about or not at all attentive about the relaxation beginning in the final stage after completing the posture. So we are not going to get the good results or the optimum results. Therefore, kindly remember. Now in the standing also we have relaxation. Sitting also we have relaxation postures. Prone lying we have relaxation posture like Makarasana. Supine lying we have relaxation posture in Shavasana. Let me see now Shavasana. The references of Shavasana we get in many. So we have a references of Shavasana in Gheranda Samhita. We have in the Hatha Pradipika, Hatha Ratnavali. Then so many other yoga, Hatha Yoga texts. So they are giving the references of Shavasana. Shavasana is have got the place in almost all yoga texts, including the modern yoga masters. So before going into the process of Shavasana, let me see the references or the benefits of Shavasana. This Shavasana, the name suggests, has enhanced the blood circulation in the body, whole body, and relaxes the muscles, reduce the metabolic rate, regulate the blood pressure and heart rate. Though primarily whenever you do Shavasana, you just feel the relaxation, it has the impact on your blood pressure, BP, heart rate, pulse rate, etc. Then slowly your metabolic rate has come down and muscles are relaxed, you feel comfort. This is the first one. Next please. Then slowly once it is happening every day, then it has the impact on your stress and anxiety. You feel the stress is relieved. So your brain cells or brain muscles are slowly getting in relieved. Then most importantly, here we have a three marma points, that is Adhipati, crown, Stapani, that is the forehead, and Hridaya, marmas. These are the three. One is the top and in the eyebrow, front of the here, and in the heart. These are the three, or actually we are concentrating in the end, even in Yoga Nidra, and we are following it. So we can see, before going to Yoga Nidra, let me explain the process of Shavasana. Now lie down flat, legs apart according to your comfort. Legs apart. Just drop your feet, don't hold them tight. Hands apart, just away from the body. It should not be awkward. Some people keep the hands as they wish and start doing. No, it's a process. Palms are open toward the sky. These are all we use as a magnetic points. Therefore, the feet, the center of your feet, then the palms and the forehead are vital. And one more thing is navel. Kindly see the feet, the center of your feet, both the palms, the center, the navel region and the forehead region. These are the 6 things I am giving. Feet, palms, navel and lower back, and also the tentacle. You can say the 7. So these should be first observed carefully. Relax them. Relax them. Relax them. I am giving a very simple method of doing Shavasana. Lie down flat. Watch your feet, center of the feet. Watch your center of the palms and relax. Then navel and lower back. Then go to the forehead region. That's all. Then take a deep breath and exhale. Then forget about your breathing. Forget about your body. Just observe the movements on the abdomen. It bulks up or comes up with inhalation. It goes out with exhalation. Slowly it bulks up with inhalation. It comes down with exhalation. This is the physiological kriya. This is the physiological process. It's happening on its own. You are not monitoring. You are not guiding. Now you become the observer. That's why this is an art, to become an observer. Once you become the observer, then slowly body gets the freedom for the movement of the energy. The energy start flowing. So there is a psychological block. You are consciously or unconsciously holding many parts of the body tight. So therefore, once you come out, there is a free flow of prana. Then free flow of prana helps to relax each and every organs. This is the trick. This is the technology. This is the science. You are making your body free from your psychological clutches, psychological constraint, so that there is a breathe. So you are also not regulating your breathing. Completely your physiological or metabolical functions are slowed down. Heart rate has slowed down. Pulse rate has slowed down. Breathing has slowed down. Everything comes to the very, very, very minimum, bare minimum. And you are coming out. Be an observer of your body. Observer of your breathing process. Be an observer of your thought process. So that's the trick we use in the Shavasana. Have it for 1 minute, or I prefer for 3 minutes. It's systematically practiced. 1 minute for body, 1 minute for breathing, 1 minute for the thoughts and emotions. At the end of third minute, you feel refreshed. So on its own, you can get up. So this is the way how Shavasana can be practiced. So I repeat, first body, I had given you 7 points. Then breathing, by relaxing jaw, just observe the movements of your abdomen. Then slowly when you come out, already if you are doing it systematically after 27, 30 movements of your abdomen, the slowly you are entering into the alpha range. So when abdominal breathing completely in the rhythmic way, only abdominal. So then I found myself in the experiment, I come to the alpha state of consciousness. Therefore, whenever you are alpha, the parasympathetic activities are in the highest, then that gives the complete normal relaxation and psychological freedom. Then that is the beauty. Relaxation. Now come to the Yoga Nidra. Just I give the references of Yoga Nidra. Some people use it backside. So some people refer it as a yes. Some people consider Yoga Nidra as a hypnotism. No. Hypnotism is differently, something is different, but we use some techniques. What is that? A self-awareness technique. So initially you have been guided by the persons or your teacher, but later on you are guiding yourself. You are the master, you are the teacher for yourself. Therefore, it is called a psychic or conscious sleep, sleep with full awareness. Yoga Nidra works for both the mind and body, and it cultivate the balance, control between body, breathe and mind. So Shavasana, you are going into the only limited scope, but in Yoga Nidra, you have a different points. So from 14 marma points, from 32 and 64 like this, as many as according to the time and space. We'll now give Yoga Nidra practice, but see the benefits of Yoga Nidra. We have references of Yoga Nidra. So mostly Satyanandji and Niranjananji, BR School of Yoga. BR School of Yoga has given the references of Yoga Nidra. But Yoga Nidra has its origin in the ancient tantric practices of Nyasa, in which we have a mantra to be repeated mentally by awareness on particular point in the body, like Hridaya Sthana, like Nabhi Sthana. There are several points. But Satyanand Saraswati ji and Niranjanand Saraswati ji and many other yogis or yoga masters has developed their own techniques. But I would like to say only few things. 3 important objectives. One is the body. Body is made up of Pancha Mahabhuta, and it has 7 chakras. It has several nadis, 14 nadis. And next we have 72 nadis, 72,000 nadis. But we recognize the marma points, vital points in the body. So they are the locked because of psychological or any muscular tension. Then slowly, consciously you are leaving them. This is body. The second one is regulated slow breathing, shallow breathing. Your breathing becomes very minimum. Then only the mind comes into play. So mind, it is thoughts and emotions. So slowly you are watching thoughts every day, every day, every day. The thoughts becomes stable and pure, and ultimately it is the God consciousness or pure consciousness thoughts will come. Then you are aware, but not of your body, not of your pranic movement or breathing movement, not of your thoughts. You are established in the self. That is the pratyahara. You are withdrawing all the senses, and that culminates into the concentration. Next practice is dharana. Therefore, Yoga Nidra has been used in many ways. Then we have the references of Yoga Nidra in Markandeya Purana, Hatha Yoga Pradipika, Mahabharata in Shanti Parva, and so many other texts. Before going to the Yoga Nidra practice, and let us see the benefits of Yoga Nidra. There are innumerable benefits of Yoga Nidra. Practicing of Yoga Nidra regulates blood pressure and heart rate, regulates the hypothalamus, and resulting in the decreased sympathetic nervous activity and increased parasympathetic functions, leading to relaxation. So, but I prefer it brings the balance between the sympathetic and parasympathetic activities. Both are balanced. Only harmony or balance bring the peace. Therefore, increase theta and alpha range of waves that give the deep relaxed state. Again, it is Adhipati, Stapanvi, and Hridaya Marma are quietened in this posture, bringing last of relaxation. So, with this, and there are many benefits, let us move on to the practice of Yoga Nidra for 6 minutes. I want to take 9 minutes, but time is short. I will take only 6 minutes to 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Always I bifurcate Shavasana or Yoga Nidra into 3 stages: physical, pranic, psychological, or emotional. Okay? Let us start with Yoga Nidra. Relax the whole body. Lie down flat on your body. Legs apart, hands apart, palms facing toward the sky. The body is still. Feel the contact of the ground. Then slowly watch your toes. Big toe. Center point of your feet. Heels. Both the heels. Ankle joints. Knee joints. Hip joints. Perineum region, the region where Guda and Guhya meets, the root of the spine, the navel center, navel flux, center of your chest, Hridaya Sthana, throat, both the shoulder points, elbows, both the elbows, wrist points, center of your palms, tips of all the 10 fingers. Go to the root of the spine, Mooladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura just below the navel, Anahata, Hridaya Sthana, Vishuddha, neck and throat region, chin, tip of the tongue, root of the tongue, tip of the tongue, root of the tongue, tip of the nose, Nasikagra, top of the nose, between eyebrows, Bhrumadhya, forehead, top of the head, back of the head. Feel the contact of the both whole body, completely relaxed. Second stage, watch your breathing, both nostrils almost open for free flow. There is no constraint in the breathing. Feel the impact of breathing on the abdomen. It goes up and comes down with inhalation and exhalation. Just start counting up and down. one up, one down, one up, one down. With every exhalation, your tummy goes down, almost touching the ground. The whole brain nerves are drawing down. Heart muscles are drawing down. You are feeling more relaxed with every exhalation. Your tummy goes down. Feel the relaxation. With every small upward movement of your abdomen, you feel immense energy is flowing in the body. The energy is in full flow in the whole body. Then you can go to the thoughts. Third stage. Watch your thoughts. Whatever the thoughts, don't direct. Be an observer of your thoughts. With every thoughts, there is an emotion. With every thought and emotion, there is an action point. Thoughts, emotions, and actions. Withdraw yourself from all these three. Be an observer. Establish in silence. Be there for few minutes in the state of bliss or ananda. Be there as long as you can. Still you completely feeling the total relaxation, physically, mentally, emotionally. The result of Yoga Nidra is you are firm, you are established in the self, the state of Ananda, the bliss. Slowly watch your body. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Go back to the body. It is regenerated, refreshed. Take a deep breath and exhale again. Please sit down. Slowly join your legs. Turn to your left side. Stay there for few minutes or few seconds. Stretch your legs. Take the support of your hands. Slowly sit down. Fantastic. Sit. We conclude with a Shanti Pata. Before that, relaxative postures are very, very important in the yoga practice. There are several methods of practicing Shavasana and Yoga Nidra. We have demonstrated here very simple, useful methods for the common people. Let us try and send your feedbacks. Shanti Pata. Oh. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। धन्यवाद। शुभ दिन। जय हिंद, जय भारत।